This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Mamna Buka. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. His Excellency President Adama Barrow today set off from Banjul on the Meet the People tour, which will last from the 10th of November to the 3rd of December. Over the course of the tour, the President will attend 21 constituency meetings and visit 31 development project sites nationwide, and we'll hear from His Excellency about his expectations for the tour. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow on Sunday joined the Gambia Armed Forces and the Gambia Legion in a Remembrance Day service to honor the courage and sacrifice of soldiers who fought in wars worldwide, paying tribute to those who gave their lives on the battlefield. A 5-day regional course on cross-border position statistics (CBPS) began Monday in the Gambia, organized by YFM and its partners. The Brazilian city of Belém is hosting world leaders and campaigners for COP30, a summit focused on turning climate promises into action. The Gambia's Environment Minister Rohi John Manjang is there, and we hear from her. Turkey's ambassador to the Gambia, Turka Oba, praised Frontstar Driving School for promoting safe driving and discipline during the school's 47th driving test on Saturday. In international news, the Federal Republic of Germany has pledged 49 million euros to support ECOWAS in strengthening peace, economic development, health, and security across the West African region. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. His Excellency President Adama Barrow today set off from Banjul on the Meet the People tour, which will last from the 10th of November to the 3rd of December. Over the course of the tour, the President will attend 21 constituency meetings and visit 31 development project sites nationwide. Let's hear from His Excellency on his expectations for the tour. Here's an excerpt.
As you said, this is a constitutional requirement that every year the President should tour the country to meet with the people. Meeting the people is very important because I will engage the communities and I will have dialogue with them, to listen to them and see what are their concerns and see how will that work with government policies. Basically, the tour is all about that. But it is always important to have a dialogue. Dialogue is important, communication, and the best way to communicate is to interface. So we are going to interface with the people. Basically, that's all it's about. Yes, it is 1 year, and since 1 year we have been implementing projects. And some of these projects, it is the technicians who are briefing me or some of my ministers. So it's important for me to go and see for myself. Sometimes they can tell you they are 90% while they are 70%. So to verify that and see exactly what is happening, that's why we are visiting project sites. We are engaged in a lot of projects, many of them. I cannot visit all, but the most important ones, I will try my best to make sure I visit them. And if there is any action or if there are any challenges when we come back to Banjul, we will table it and see how best we handle it. This time we are more organized because whenever we engage the people, we note everything, and it is in the form of a booklet. Then we have action points and follow up those action points. This year also we will do the same thing, definitely.
Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow on Sunday joined the Gambia Armed Forces and the Gambia Legion in a solemn remembrance memorial service. The annual event honors the bravery and sacrifice of soldiers who fought in wars across the globe, paying tribute to those who lost their lives on the battlefield. Parker Basuso was at the commemoration, and he tells us more.
Also known as Armistice Day, Remembrance Day commemorates the end of World War I in 1918, which occurred at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month. Observed annually and globally on November 11, the day is dedicated to honoring armed forces personnel who lost their lives in the line of duty. The solemn ceremony at the Makati Square in Banjul brought together members of the diplomatic corps, ministers, service chiefs, war veterans, and others, uniting people across cultures, faiths, and backgrounds. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow led the laying of wreaths following a gunshot uttered in 2 minutes of silence before sharing moments of honor with members of the Gambia Legion.
We thank God, as you know. We have to use this opportunity to thank the soldiers, the fallen soldiers, particularly since the First World War. These are people who have sacrificed their lives for the peace and security of the nation and the world. So this is why we are here on behalf of His Excellency the President to show our respects.
Babukar Ojuv, the Minister of Defense, and Her Excellency Harriet King, the British High Commissioner, were also in attendance.
This is a solemn occasion where we join the rest of the world to remember our war dead and even those who passed after serving in World Wars I and II.
So this is a very, very important event in my calendar year, an opportunity to remember all those who have gallantly given their lives for the safety of our world and for the peace of the Gambia and of the United Kingdom. So I'm extremely proud. The Gambia and the United Kingdom have a historic, strong friendship and partnership, and we do a lot of support to the Gambian Armed Forces. The British Armed Forces have a great partnership, a historic partnership, and we do a lot of training together. I have, I think, about 11 British personnel who are here at the moment, working very closely with the British Armed Forces and training them, and they are all here today. And like me, they are very, very honoured to be here.
For war veteran Sadie Eskan, their prayers and thoughts will always be with the fallen.
I feel honor because I witnessed the Second World War selection. First World War, I'm not born by then, but all my brothers attended First World War, and Second World War, all of them attend again. So the day they are going and they are coming, if I see the soldiers marching, I think about that day and I feel very honored about it.
Global commemorations were observed across Commonwealth countries, including at the Cenotaph in London, led by King Charles, the third and senior members of the royal family, as well as senior political figures. The Gambia's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom also led a wreath there. The event at the Makati Square concluded with a guard of honor and march past at the Cenotaph by the Gambian National Army, Navy, and Republican National Guard, joined by members of the Gambia Legion, Boy Scouts, and Girl Guides. For QTV News, Pakaba Suso.
A 5-day regional course on complying cross-border position statistics (CBPS) kicked off on Monday in the Gambia. The program is jointly organized by the West African Institute for Financial and Economic Management, WIFEM, the Macroeconomic and Financial Management Institute of Eastern and Southern Africa, MEFMI, and the International Monetary Fund. Loli M. Kamara attended and filed this report.
Participants in this regional course come from West African countries, including the Gambia. The event comes amid rapid developments in the global financial systems, with capital moving across borders faster, financial instruments growing more complex, and economies becoming increasingly interconnected. Consequently, participants are encouraged to acquaint themselves with the latest guidelines from BPM7 and other relevant frameworks. Bedri Zamiri, senior economist and statistician at the IMF, emphasized these points.
Updating a core statistical framework like the balance of payments is not just about adjusting concepts on paper. It's about ensuring that concepts on the ground have the tool, training, and guidance they need to apply the new statistical standards effectively.
Serif Toure, Director of the Economic Research Department at the Central Bank of the Gambia, representing the governor, stated that cross-border position statistics are crucial as they provide a clear picture of a country's financial linkages with the rest of the world, helping authorities design policies that safeguard financial stability and foster sustainable growth.
They also inform monetary and exchange rate policies, enabling central banks to gauge reserve adequacy and maintain financial confidence.
Makodo Njai, a balance of payments BOP complier at the Central Bank of the Gambia, highlighted the importance of the course.
This is very timely, noting that we have migrated from BPM 5 to BPM 6. Currently, the Gambia is reporting in BPM 6. And we are expected to migrate from BPM 6 to BPM 7 by end of 2029. That's by early 2030. We expect the Gambia to migrate from BPM 6 now to BPM 7. And with this new format, we're expecting to see the flow connection between the BOP part, which is the financial account, and the international investment position, which is the IIP.
Dr. Christian R.K. Akoto, Director of Research and Macroeconomic Management Department at YFM, expressed gratitude on behalf of the participants.
Thank you very much. And I hope that you participate fully in the course, you interact with the facilitators and gain their maximum knowledge from this 5-day program.
Over the next few days, participants will engage with experts from the IMF's Statistics Department, exchange insights with regional colleagues, and share their experience to strengthen their institutions and support more informed policy making across the region. For QTV News, Loliam Kamara.
The Brazilian city of Belém is hosting world leaders and campaigners for COP30, a summit focused on turning climate promises into action. The Gambia's Environment Minister, Rohi John Manjang, said this year's meeting should deliver results for the countries most affected by climate change. Juldin Jai reports from Belém, Brazil.
For the Gambia and other vulnerable nations, the message is clear. Climate finance must shift from promises to real, measurable progress. Here is Rohi John Manjang, the Gambia's Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources.
COP29 has built on a very progressive conclusion on the new 2025 goals. That's the finance, even though it falls short by very far. And the main that the scientists have revealed is what we need to finance the global COP budget or the global climate change action budget is from 1.3 trillion yearly. But we were able to have a compromised landing zone last year from 100 to 300,000 millions of dollars from 2024 towards 2030 or 35. But what is important is the commitment is there, but the actual implementation of these finances is very important. We want to realize these commitments. We want to practicalize this commitment in terms of the availability of finance. But not only that, we have a position, I'm now driving where Gambia falls under. We have a position under the Africa group, whereby we need these finances to be affordable, to be available, but affordable.
The Gambia, representing both the African group and the least developed countries group, is calling for climate finance that is fair, predictable and easily accessible.
And Gambia is one of the leading countries in terms of having our forest management strategy that has already been launched, and we have it. We are among the few countries in the sub-region that has a national forest management strategy. And now Brazil is coming up with a clear milestone and clear agenda on forest management and its sustenance. This is our key interest, and we are going to support their declaration on that.
Dubbed the Amazon COP, this year's conference carries deep symbolism, taking place in the world's largest rainforest, often described as the lungs of the planet. It is a reminder of what is at stake if global warming passes 1.5 degrees Celsius. The Gambia has earned recognition for its ambitious climate policies, including a nationally determined contribution and a national forest management strategy. However, Minister Manjang emphasizes that the successful implementation of these plans relies on adequate financing.
We're now coming up with our first-time climate policy. Those are all policy items that are there, but we need finance to implement them so that we'll be able to achieve our target when it comes to climate, the zero targets. But again, this cannot be done without finance.
Here is Momodo Laminba, the Gambia's ambassador to the U.S., who oversees the country's representation in Brazil.
We'll be visiting Brazil, so we are well positioned to make a follow-up on whatever agreement or priorities that the Honorable Minister or the government may agree or may identify with the government and authorities of Brazil so that we can make adequate and proper follow-up.
As leaders gather in Belém, the Gambia sends a clear message. The era of promises is over. Now is the time for action and tangible results. Reporting for QTV News from Belém, Brazil, I am Julden Jai.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more national and international news stories. Do stay tuned.
It's time to celebrate women who lead, innovate, inspire, and empower. Join us for the GWCC Women in Business Forum and Awards Ceremony, prestigious evening, proudly organized by the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce, GWCC, honoring resilience, excellence, and leadership in business. The theme for this year is For All Women and Girls, Rights, Equality, and Empowerment. On that day, GWCC will give awards in the following categories: Women in STEM of the Year, Women Entrepreneur of the Year, Regional Women Agropreneur of the Year, Women in the Catering of the Year, Women in Green Business of the Year, and Lifetime Achievement Award. Be inspired, celebrate success, support women in business. Tables and tickets are available for sales. Linger table, $50,000. Garmi table, $40,000. Taru, $30,000. Jigéen Jambar individual tickets, $2,000. Mark the date, Friday, 28 November 2025. Time, 7 p.m. onwards. Venue, Sir Dauda Kairaba Jawara Conference Center. For bookings and information, contact 2031 080 319 2823 662 3282. At GWCC, women-owned businesses are our priority. This advertisement is proudly sponsored by EU.
immunisation baa ñàkku mooy li gën a wóor te dal xel ci aar xale yi ci feebar mbaa jàngoro yu mel ni ngas ñu naan ko measles feebaru saxat su bon si di tuberculosis polio feebari sedda ñu naan ko pneumonia cervical cancer tétanos ak yeneeni jàngoro xale bu juddu dafa soxla ay péngu si saasi mbaa bés bu mu juddu maanaam balaa mooy am ñaar fukki waxtu ak ñeent am na solo lool xale yi mbaa tuut tànk yi góor ak jigéen jël péngu yiñ leen tegtal ci waxtu bu ñu ko war a jëlee comme ni ñu ko bindee ci seen kayiti noosi mbaa infant welfare card xale yépp war nañoo am bépp péngu bu ñu soxla bokk na ci xale yi laago yi xale yi war nañoo jël te matal bépp péngu bu ñu war a am ci seeni njëlbeeni at ak ay yeneeni péngu bu ñu duggee ci seen ñaareeli at am na ci péngu yoo xam ne xale yi dinañu ko jël ay yooni yoon ngir génn na mun a aar ñuy ñaax waajuri ak ñi yore xale yi di leen toppatoo ne saa yu ñuy dem lopitaan ñu yóbbaale kayti noosi xale yi mbaa infant welfare card ngir am lu wóor ci mbir immunisation bi mbaa ñàkku xale yi mun ngeen a dem ci bérébu fajeekaay bi leen gën a jege xibaar bii ñi leen ko indil mooy waa Ministry of Health ànd ak UNICEF Gavi WHO ak seen yeneeni naataango
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. Turkey's ambassador to the Gambia, Turka Oba, has praised Front Star Driving School for its commitment to promoting safe driving and discipline among new drivers. He made the remarks at the school's 47th driving test at the Cape Point Beach in Bakau on Saturday. Aliu Sise has more.
It was another busy weekend for Front Star Driving School, one of the Gambia's leading and most trusted driving schools, as another batch of dozens of new learners gathered for their final examination. The exercise aims to ensure that new drivers meet the required standards. Among the guests witnessing the test was the Turkish ambassador to the Gambia, Turka Uba, who commended the school for its professionalism and dedication to road safety.
I'm very impressed. I saw also how they are doing the theoretical parts a bit, and now the driving, and I see the big amount of ladies present. So I was very impressed by that. So we have to support them, like in many areas, and I wish them all the best, and I wish them good luck for even for a better and more comprehensive program.
Front Star Driving School continues to grow in popularity and credibility, attracting diverse learners, including public figures such as popular comedian and TikToker Modi Jove, known as Network. He commended Front Star instructors for their professionalism while recommending the school for all intending new learners.
I'm connecting with the science. Come on, learn. You see me now? I'm an international driver now. I drive. Sometimes I hold the steering wheel like this. I said, no, Front Star is the best.
The school CEO and founder, Modlamin Baji, who is also the president of the Driver Schools Association, commended Ambassador Oba for honoring their invitation to him, saying their focus is beyond just passing a test.
First, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Turkish ambassador, His Excellency Oba. This really serves as a motivation to the school and myself as well. Hello, as usual, this is 47th batch of the students. We have quite a number of the students to be tested today. First, they will start with the theory side, that is the highway science, and from there, the vision, and also the street driving, and finally, the reverse and parallel parking under UN standard.
Dr. Mamoud Gassama, a retired health promotion specialist at the WHO Gambia office, who now works part-time as safety officer with Front Star Driving School, emphasized the importance of safety, urging drivers to always respect traffic rules to minimize the high rate of accidents in the country.
Drivers are the best mathematicians. Don't disturb drivers. Distracted driving is the problem, Aliu. Distracted driving comes in different forms. And what we know is now is that, our drivers are, either you are on the mobile phone or you are texting or whatever. So this is distracted. And even ourselves, in the country, I tell drivers, commercial driver driving passengers, and passengers will tap their bag. This is my fare. And the driver turns, and there is a lot of, so as a local context, and I think we need to, everybody, the passengers themselves, they need to leave the drivers in peace, making sure that they are not distracted.
These new drivers are expected to serve as good ambassadors for the school by putting to practice the knowledge gained. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
Every year on November 10th, nations worldwide observe World Science Day for Peace and Development, celebrating the role of science in society and emphasizing the importance of involving the public in conversations about emerging scientific challenges. Here is Isa Tubari.
The 2025 World Science Day for Peace and Development has the theme Trust, Transformation, and Tomorrow, the science we need for 2050. Focusing on restoring public confidence in scientific research and encouraging the use of evidence-based knowledge to address global challenges. The day highlights the significant role of science in society and the need to engage the wider public in debates on emerging scientific issues. It also underlines the importance of relevance of science in our daily lives. By linking science more closely with society, the day aims to ensure that the public is kept informed of developments in science. It also underscores the role scientists play in broadening our understanding of the remarkable, fragile planet we call home, and making our societies more sustainable. The first World Science Day for Peace and Development was celebrated worldwide on 10th November 2001 under UNESCO's auspices. The celebration involved many partners, such as government, intergovernmental, and non-governmental organizations, UNESCO national commissions, scientific and research institutions, professional associations, the media, science teachers, and schools.
UNESCO continues to call on all nations to support scientific literacy and ensure equal access to scientific education and resources, particularly in developing countries, where access to technology and research opportunities remains limited. As the world celebrates World Science Day for Peace and Development, it is a timely reminder that science is not just about discovery, but about responsibility, a collective commitment to using knowledge for the greater good of humanity. By nurturing curiosity, promoting innovation, and ensuring equitable access to scientific advancement, societies can pave the way towards a more peaceful, sustainable, and inclusive future. Aissatou Barry, QTV News.
But I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. But before we end, here's a recap of the headlines. His Excellency President Adama Barrow today set off from Banjul on the Meet the People's Tour, which will last from the 10th of November to the 3rd of December. Over the course of the tour, the President will attend 21 constituency meetings and visit 31 development project sites nationwide. And we heard from the President about his expectations for the tour. Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow on Sunday joined the Gambia Armed Forces and the Gambia Legion in a Remembrance Day service to honor the courage and sacrifice of soldiers who fought in wars worldwide, paying tribute to those who gave their lives on the battlefield. A 5-day regional course on cross-border position statistics, CBPS, began Monday in the Gambia, organized by YFM and its partners. The Brazilian city of Belém is hosting world leaders and campaigners for COP30, a summit focused on turning climate promises into action. The Gambia's Environment Minister Rohi John Manjang is there, and we heard from her. Turkish ambassador to the Gambia, Turka Oba, praised Front Star Driving School for promoting safe driving and discipline during the school's 47th driving test on Saturday. That's all we have for today's news report. Join us again at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching.